In this month's lesson, we're talking about talking head videos and how we can make them better. Talking head videos are just short form videos, reels or TikToks, where you're literally just talking to the camera. And it sounds simple, but there's actually a lot you can do to make these videos seem a lot more professional. Talking head videos are a really great way to start with video content because they are simple. They require minimal to no editing. I see therapists and lawyers and real estate agents that have huge accounts on social media, and that's all they do is they just share value. So this is a great way to get started with video content. Today, we're going to be talking about how to set up our shot, how to script it out so you know what to say on camera, a few simple things like lighting and angles to make the video look better. And then we're going to be doing a simple CapCut tutorial. CapCut is a really great video editor. It's a free video editor. You can actually use it on your desktop as well as your phone or your iPad if you have that too. And I'll just show you how to do simple edits, cutting out filler words when you say My filler word is so. Okay, I say so all the time. It's not cute. Anyways, you're gonna have your filler words, or you might just wanna cut out those moments where you stumble over your words. And for me, even when I do script out my videos, I still have to just look off into the distance and gather myself. Without further ado, let's get right into it. The first thing we need to do is set up our shot. Good lighting is imperative. No amount of editing is going to be able to fix bad lighting. If we add all this extra brightness and filters, it actually reduces the quality of our video. So we don't want to do that. It's also best to film in your camera app, not on Instagram. Film in your camera app and ideally use the back of your camera if you can. So I'm gonna pull my camera up and talk about different angles. This is not a cute angle with my phone underneath my chin. That's not cute. But that's where we open up our phones a lot of the time because that's where we're naturally holding our phones is down there. But if we raise it up, it makes our face look thinner and it just makes our eyes look bigger. It just looks better. So definitely go from this angle. I always recommend a tripod. If you don't have a tripod, totally fine. But if you do have a tripod, you can put it on your desk or angle it in a way that will be up high. Just to give you a little bit of reference, that's all the natural lighting in my office. But this is my hallway. It automatically looks worse. The quality, you just can't see as well. Again, the angles, let me show you in my bathroom. It's bright, but it's not natural light and it doesn't quite look as good either. So here's the bathroom, doesn't look good. Let's go back into my office so you can see what I mean about good lighting and how there's no substitute for good lighting. Now I'm looking at the shadow on my neck and my face. We want to try to eliminate those. So just by stepping into the light, I don't have weird or wonky shadows on my face. Also, if you're filming at noon or when the sun is really, really strong, it might cause weird shadows to fall on your face. And if that's the case, just step into some shade. You can use a microphone if you'd like. I have a Bluetooth mic and a Rode mic that I like to use. So you can add those on later if you decide that's something you want to do. But for now, just focus on making the videos and you can add that on for later. Now that we've got our setup all figured out, what are we going to say on camera? We're going to script out our videos and it's going to be a hook, a story, and then a call to action. So a hook, if you don't already know, is something that we use at the beginning of our videos to grab the viewer's attention. We only have about 1 second to get them to stop scrolling and to pay attention to the rest of our video. So the hook is one of the most important things we can add to our videos to make sure that they watch the whole thing and follows at the end. This is the same framework you can use for any video where you're talking to the camera. It's also going to be the same exact formula for when you are writing out your captions down below. You're going to start with a good hook, something surprising or something. There's a whole list of hooks that you can look at in the guide that's linked below, and it's also in the resource section, our caption writing guide. So look at any of those hooks. I bet you that if you start reading those hooks, your mind is naturally going to finish the sentence. So maybe just map out a couple of videos. You can do just one if you want, but I find that after I've had a meeting with a client especially, I have my ideas are flowing. And once I start writing, it just flows even more. If that's what's happening with you, just write out 3 hooks, maybe plan out 3 different videos, and you can see what I've done here. So hooks across the top, and then the next part is your story. You know, this is where you're gonna put in action words. You're gonna put in the words that are like significant to your industry, because Instagram indexes everything we say, and all the words on screen when we put them in the app, when we're editing in the app, it'll index all those words. It won't pick up words if you edit in CapCut and put captions in a different app and then upload those captions in your video in Instagram, then it won't know what to do with them. But if you use the captions in Instagram, it'll totally pick it up. You have your hook, your story, your call to action. Now we're going to actually film the video. Okay, now that we know about lighting, we can set up a tripod right in front of a window. I'm gonna show you 2 different editing styles. Oh yeah, please always clean your lens. That's really important. So the first style is where we're going to pivot the camera a little bit for each one of our clips to make a different background. And you'll see what I mean in just a minute. So I'm gonna start with the hook. 3 things that you need to know about X, Y, and Z. Okay, then I'll stop the video. You can also use a Bluetooth remote if you have one. Okay, now I'm checking to make sure that I got the clip and it looks the way that I want it to look. This is a crucial step.
3 reasons your
Don't move
videos
on
aren't
until
performing well
the
on
first
social
step
media.
is just how you like it. Now, turn the camera just a little bit. I just shifted just a tiny bit to get a little bit of a different background. Then I can start in with the story part of my talking head video. This is where I'm just explaining. I was talking about 3 reasons why your videos aren't performing well. So that was the hook, 3 reasons why they're not performing well. Then the story is this in between part where I give a little bit of background. And you'll see, like, I had to stop a little bit and gather myself a little bit. And then for the call to action, I pivot it again to have just a little bit different background. And I finish here with the call to action. And now I'm gonna show you a little bit of a different way to do it. If you don't have a tripod or it just seems easier to hold the phone, remember, hold it up and a little bit above your head if you can. When you are filming, if you decide you do wanna do selfie mode, look at the lens, don't look at your own eyes. It'll look really weird. So you look at the very top of your phone, and that's where the lens is. And if you're still not sure where it is, you can use your finger, and wherever your finger is hovering when the whole screen is covered by your finger, that's the lens. Also, you'll see up here, this says 4K up here. I have an iPhone, so if you have an Android, just go into your camera settings and make sure that you're recording in high quality video. And if you have an iPhone like me, you can just tap at the top right up here, and you just tap it until it says 4K, or you can go into your camera settings, and the camera settings are linked down below underneath this lesson. You start with your hook, 3 reasons why, X, Y, Z.
3 reasons your videos aren't
Then I
performing well on
rotate
social
just a
media.
little bit different background, give the backstory. So you can
don't
see
have a
it's
good
really
hook.
simple. You don't need fancy transitions. Just by changing the background, that's doing the job of a transition, which is just keeping the viewer engaged. You switch angles, switch to a different background, and all of a sudden they think, oh my gosh, something changed, what's up?
You have
So
bad
now I'm going to set it
lighting.
up on my tripod again, and I'm just going to practice talking to the video. So those are 2
take
different
too long
styles
to
of
say
talking
what
head
you're
videos.
trying
One's
to
where
say.
you change your angle a little bit like we just did, and you just have a different background for each sentence or each section of your talking head video. And then this part, I'm going to just stand in front of the camera and I'm going to just say the whole thing from start to finish with my hook and my backstory, or the story part of it, and then the call to action. We're going to go into CapCut and I'll show you the simple edits that you can do to either remove your filler words and get rid of empty space in your videos, but also just a small little adjustment to make your videos more engaging so you don't have to do transitions. Open CapCut, push the new project button, and then find the clip that you just recorded and push add. You can use this trim feature right here. Like if you have some blank space in the beginning or end of your video, you can trim it and only upload a portion of the video. So that's a nice tool to have. Once you're in here, this is the whole clip. You can see you can zoom out by pinching. That's one clip. So I'm gonna zoom back in here again, and I'm gonna find the moment where I take an inhale and I start talking, because I wanna make this as short and concise as possible. So I'm gonna listen to my inhale breath, And that's how I'm gonna cut it right there. So did you see I highlighted the clip, I push split, and anything ahead of that split, and then I can delete what I don't need. So I kind of watch the whole video through, and I remove any filler words by I do split on the front and the end of the filler word section, whatever I'm trying to cut out. And then after I've done that, I go through and I watch it, and every 6 seconds or maybe every sentence, I split it. Now, once you do that throughout the entire video, you can see that I have these little white boxes in the middle of my timeline, and that indicates a separate clip. So I click on it and it's highlighted in white. And so every other clip, I just want to zoom in just a tiny bit, just super subtle. And I do that for every other clip. That way it's moving just enough. And here's what it looks like when it's all edited done.
Here are 3 easy tips for you to make better videos for your social media. Make sure you have really good lighting. You want both sides of your face to be equally illuminated, not one in shadow or weird harsh shadows. That's why it's great to be in front of your window, and if you're going to film when it's a really strong light, like if it's noon, if it's high sun, it's gonna cast really harsh shadows on your face, so brighter isn't always better, or just intense sunlight, go move into the shade, but
now for the second style, I'll show you how to edit it. It's gonna be really similar to the last one. We're gonna open CapCut, press the blue button, and again, we're going to select the clips that we want to add to our video. Again, you can, if you long press one of these clips, then it'll pop up and you can see a preview of it, like what just popped up. So now I'm gonna go through and I'm going to scroll. I'm gonna touch the clip so it highlights in white, push split, and delete anything I don't need. This is an extra inhale, an extra pause, an extra second, anything. Just we wanna make it as quick and concise as possible. And I realized that I forgot to add a call to action, so I'm actually gonna go into this clip that I recorded that same day, and I'm gonna use this trim feature down here at the bottom, and I'm only gonna take the last little bit of the clip into my timeline, just the part that has a call to action, follow for more easy video creator tips. So then I just scroll and I push the add button down here and I can add it. This is pretty concise editing, but again, we're gonna do what we did before. We're going to scroll along and we're gonna highlight the clip, push split, and then push delete on the section that we don't want. This is still gonna take a little bit of practice. Make sure that you're always highlighting and pressing that section of your timeline, that little clip, until it highlights in white, then you can delete it. And then you just go up to the top of your screen, that little upward arrow, and you just press that and you export it to your camera roll. And when it's all done, you can upload it directly from here. It'll prompt you for either Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or something. But if you do want to just go into Instagram, you're gonna push that plus sign, push reel, and then you can just go to your camera roll down here and select the clip that you just added. Push add, then push next again, and save to drafts, and you can write out the caption later. This is a great way to start with video content. Like I said, it's quick and concise. You get to talk about something that you're already an expert on, and the editing is very, very minimal.
Okay, now it's your turn to make your own talking head video. If you're not sure what to write about, go back to the resource section and go to the Never Run Out of Content Ideas brainstorming guide. You can also go to the caption writing formula guide, because there's going to be a lot of hooks in there. And I bet that if you just start reading a hook, I bet you will automatically finish that sentence or finish that thought. So go in there, jot down a couple of ideas. This could be what happened to you today. It could be the number one thing you wish that your clients would know. It could be 3 reasons why something's not working. Go back and look at that list and just start making videos. Look at the camera lens, get in front of a window. You got this. And please tag me. I really want to see what you guys are making and posting. And I also would love it if I could get some feedback on how you guys are liking the membership. Is it easy to use? Do you feel like it's a good value? What would you like to see covered in the future? Did you get what you thought you were going to get when you signed up? So all this is really valuable feedback for me. Ultimately, I want this membership to work for you guys. Send me an email, grow@therealsarah.com, with feedback or questions about this month's lesson. And if you haven't already, go register for the live call this month. I hope to see all of you guys there on the live call on Zoom. If you learned one thing in this class, please share it with a friend. I would love to grow this membership and grow this community so that we can get more people comfortable with promoting themselves on social media. Until next time, I'll see you guys on the live call.